of tennis. So to the final of this year's Kings of Tennis by Index International. A meeting of two former world number ones, John McEnroe against Thomas Muster. 9 years the older man, McEnroe was the quickest out of the blocks, breaking Muster in the second game to take an early lead.
Game for McEnroe.
Looking sharp at the net, there was no doubt the American had found his groove. (1995) French Open champion Muster had a challenge on his hands. The Austrian began to find his range with his ground strokes as he fought to gain a foothold in the match.
40-50.
Muster was being made to work for every point, having to find something special with his serve under constant pressure. An epic fourth game saw McEnroe constantly attack the Muster serve, while the Austrian continued to dig himself out of trouble. With 7 Grand Slam singles titles to his name, McEnroe knows a thing or two about performing in a final. At times he was playing tennis he would have been happy with in his heyday. Always graced with sublime feel, the New Yorker was a man inspired. In the face of such quality from McEnroe, Muster had to raise his game. The Austrian did just that with a lob from the very top drawer.
Game, Muster.
Still, the set looked destined for McEnroe, using all his experience to take one of the match's more grueling rallies. The pressure on Muster's serve was relentless. Facing break and set point, he eventually caved in as McEnroe took the opener.
Game on first set, McEnroe, 6-2.
Into the second set, and the signs were ominous for Muster as McEnroe began with yet more brilliance. At 57, you could be forgiven for thinking McEnroe's movement might not be all it once was. The evidence in Stockholm was to the contrary, the American covering the court like he did in the 80s. The fourth game brought more frustration for Muster. In the face of such an onslaught, he then handed his opponent an added advantage, double faulting at break point. He now had a mountain to climb.
Yeah, McEnroe. McEnroe leads 3-1.
You don't make it to world number one without knowing how to fight, though. And Muster refused to lie down, finding some joy of his own at the net. But there was really only one winner when it came to net play, McEnroe, with more quality on the attack. Clearly in his element in Stockholm, the winners kept on coming from the American. Before too long, he had match point.
Game, set of match, McEnroe. 2 sets to love, 6-2, 6-2.
A superb display from John McEnroe, a worthy winner, overcoming Thomas Muster in style.
Vinnare av Kings of Tennis 2016, mina damer och herrar, John McEnroe! Välkomna fram från USA, John McEnroe!
A performance McEnroe would have been proud of in his prime, clearly appreciated by his fellow legends. The 2016 Kings of Tennis champion already thinking of defending his crown next year.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. And I don't know. I didn't think I'd be back a few years ago, so you never know. Maybe one more time, maybe, hopefully. Thank you very much.
John McEnroe!